Hi everyone, and this is Sandeep. You are watching Samyans Academy, and in this session, we are going to discuss about temperature and its measurement from your sixth class. Let us start now. Temperature tells us how hot or cold something is. We cannot always rely on touch to determine temperature accurately. Thermometers are used to measure temperature reliably, and in this chapter, we explore different types of thermometer and how to use them properly. Here we have some different types of thermometer. Then what are the types of thermometer we have, and how we can use this thermometer in our daily life. We will discuss now. Okay, and here we have. Then how do you say that by touching the any object and hot or cold? So this thing is feel hot and this thing is looking very cold. Then how do you know that? By touching, always we cannot say that this object is at hot, this object is at cold. If object is too hot, we cannot touch. If object is too cold, also we cannot touch. So by measuring that temperature of that objects, we need some instruments, and that instruments we called as thermometers. Now you see, here we have one person is doing bathing here in cold water. So touch can be tricky. So our sense of touch can be deceiving when judging temperature. For example, if you place one hand in hot water and one in cold water, then place both in the lukewarm water, you will find that your senses cannot always be trusted. Okay, so to perform this activity, so what we are doing here, so we are taking two beakers, right? So one beaker, a second beaker, and third beaker. And first beaker consists only hot water. First beaker consists only hot water, and second beaker consists only third beaker consists only cold water. Let us say this is cold water, right? And in between we have the lukewarm water. Lukewarm water. Just place your hand one by one like this. Okay. Can you say after keeping your hand in the hot water tub, so how much it is having temperature? So accurately we cannot say. By placing your hand cold water, we cannot say how much temperature it is having now. And when you place the both the hands at the time simultaneously, like cold to hot, hot to cold, and lukewarm to hot, our sense of touch will get confused, and we will deceive the temperature is which one is not correct, which one is correct. We cannot say accurately. So to measuring that, we need some instrument and we need some tool, and that tool we called as thermometer. Here we have the one of the thermometer is there. This is a digital thermometer. While focusing on the object, it will give the some temperature in digital way, right? So this is a digital thermometer. We cannot by using this thermometer without touching, we can say that what is the temperature of that object, right? To accurately measure how hot or cold something, we need to a reliable tool. A thermometer provides a precise measurement of temperature, right? So now going to the thermometer, so we need to know what is temperature and how to define the temperature. And temperature we can define as temperature is a measure of how hot or cold a body is. So by looking your hand, so by touching your hand, can you say that how much it is having temperature? No, we cannot say, but we can say that the object is hot or cold. By touching, we can say that which object is cold and which object is hot, right? So this is a temperature. Temperature is a measure how hot or cold a body is. Means how much value it is having, how much temperature it is having. Suppose it is having 38 degrees Celsius, 98 degrees Celsius. Whenever you get the fever, your body temperature increases. By touching, we can say that your body temperature is increasing, but we cannot say that how much it is, right? So how we can say? By using the thermometers. Here we have one clinical thermometer. Yes, and I will show you that. Comparison. It allows us to compare the hotness of different objects. Now, let us say, and this is one of the thermometer, right? Are you able to see this thermometer? Yes, and it has one clink, and here we have one liquid mercury is there. Whenever you keep this, this is a clinical thermometer. When you place the when placed in your hand or below the lung, so that the mercury level increases, it shows the temperature of the body. Okay, and what is the temperature is measure of how hot or cold a body is. Then how do you compare which object is hot or which object is cold? By compare. Okay, by comparison we can say that. So which object is hot or which object is cold? By seeing the different bodies, it allows us to compare the hotness of different bodies. The measurement is temperature is a measured using a device called a thermometer. Okay, how do you measure the temperature? By using some devices like this, and this is a device. By using this, we can measure the temperature of our human body. Yes or no? Now types of thermometer. Here we have the two types of thermometer, and this is look like it's a clinical thermometer. By using this thermometer, we can measure the body temperature, right? Use it to measure human body temperature. And laboratory thermometer used for various purposes in scientific settings. Laboratory thermometer also we have here, and clinical thermometer is also there. So this is about clinical thermometer, and this is a digital display also there it is. And this is the modern clinical thermometer. This show temperature digitally, yes or no? And also here we have battery powered thermometer it is. They run on the batteries for the portability, and they have some heat sensor. By using that sensor, they can measure the temperature of the human body. Temperature is determined using the heating sensor. Now here we have the Celsius scale. Okay, so what is Celsius scale? The temperature we measured in the three different units. One is degree Celsius, one is Kelvin, and third one is the Fahrenheit scale. Here we are discussing about the Celsius scale. So what is Celsius scale? The unit of temperature on the Celsius scale is degree or Celsius. Suppose, for example, suppose your body now. What is the normal human body temperature? Can you guess? Yes. 37.0. Yeah, 37 degrees Celsius. This is 37 degrees Celsius. This is a normal human body temperature. We measured in degrees Celsius. Yes, we measured in degrees Celsius. 37 degrees Celsius is the normal body human temperature. Normal human body temperature is how much? 37 degree Celsius. The unit of Celsius scale of degree Celsius. Degree Celsius is the scale, and which is measured from the unit 0 degree Celsius to, we can measure up to 100 degree Celsius by using some thermometers. Now we can see here, this is the degree Celsius. This side we have the degree Celsius scale, and this side we have the Fahrenheit scale. Okay, and common use. Clinical thermometer generally used to measure the Celsius scale. And normal body temperature is how much here? Normal human body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius on this scale. Yes or no? Now, so this is a mercury versus digital thermometer. Already in my hand, I have one mercury thermometer. Okay, and this mercury thermometer have one clink, like that. When clink is there, so here we can see one clink is there. So mercury thermometer, so traditionally used but contain toxic mercury and difficult to dispose of its broken. If it is broken means this mercury become very toxic. If this mercury, when it is inserted in our body, and our body become useless, there is no use with our body. Means this mercury, what it will do after going inside the body, and our legs or our parts will bulge, right? So traditionally used but contain toxic mercury, so we have to handle very carefully, right? So by using digital thermometer, this is a safer alternative, easier to read, and pose no risk of mercury exposure. So there is no mercury in digital thermometer. Only this, like this thermometer only, if we have the mercury. Okay, while using this thermometer, we have to so we have to take some precautions, right? Now, so here we have the measuring the body temperature. So this is a digital thermometer. Then how do you measure the body temperature by using the digital thermometer or clinical thermometer? Let us see now. So by measuring the your body, so first you have to reset the button on digital thermometer so that it will become some room. It adjusts to the room temperature. After reset the thermometer, so first you place the thermometer under the tongue and close the mouth. Okay. So whenever you get the fever, so what the doctor will do, and he place the thermometer under your tongue, and you have to close the mouth, and you have to wait for some time. After some beep sound will come, right? So wait for the beep or light flash, and then it will appear some value. Then we can read the how much temperature our body is having now. Take out the thermometer and read the temperature of this display. And these are the steps involved in the using the measuring the body temperature. First, what you have to do, you have to reset. Okay, press the reset button on the digital thermometer. Then in the second step, where you have to place this thermometer, you have to place the thermometer under the tank, and you close the mouth, and you wait for the some beep sound or light flash has to come. After that, we can read the temperature of the display. So in this way, we have to measure the temperature of our body. Now, yeah, precautions of a clinical thermometer. So what are the precautions we have to take by using the clinical thermometers? Now you take, so you read the instructions. Always read the instructions manual before use. And yes, don't talk please. Clean properly. Wash the tip with soap and water before and after use. Okay, and this is the tip. So you have to wash with soap water and after normal water, and just you clean it, then you use it. Keep display dry. So ensure that digital display portion stays out of water while cleaning. Okay. Then if water enters into this digital cleaning, it won't work, right? So ensure that the digital display portion stays out of water while cleaning. Okay. So these are the precautions of clinical thermometers. Now normal body temperature. And what is the temperature of healthy human body? That is 37 degrees Celsius, right? Variations. Normal temperatures can vary slightly between individuals. Individual to individuals, while you're doing some activities, your body temperature increases or decreases, right? Here they have given when you are doing okay, when you are in sleep, then what is your body temperature? When you are involving some daily activities, what is your body temperature varying in degrees Celsius, and Fahrenheit Celsius, how it will vary. Now, factors. Your body temperature depends on some factors. What are the factors which affect the body temperature? Age, time of the day, and activity level can influence the body temperature. In winter season, your body temperature may be somewhat less. In during summer, the body temperature increases, right? So this temperature of our body depends on these factors: age, time of the day. At 12 o'clock, what is the temperature? At morning, at every noon and afternoon, your body temperature slightly vary time to time and age to age, and activity whatever you involving in that. So these are the factors which affects the body temperature. Okay. Now slightly it will vary to individual also. Now here we have some temperature scales are there. Here we have Celsius scale. Celsius scales units are degree Celsius. We indicated with the C letter, and Fahrenheit scale. And what is the unit? Degree Fahrenheit, and we have to indicate it with the symbol F. And Kelvin scale unit is Kelvin, and we have to indicate the symbol K. Okay. And here we have some here we have some values. Suppose I will give some values here. Let us say your body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Then how do you convert into Fahrenheit scale? Do you have any formula? Yes. And how do you convert in Kelvin? 37 degrees Celsius, how do we convert in Kelvin? To convert degree Celsius into Kelvin, so you have to add how much? To convert, yes. What is that? Yes. Plus 273 you have to add. Okay. Then how much it will be? 37. 7 plus 3 is 10. 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 1 11, and 210. Oh, sorry, 310. Okay. That is how much? 310 Kelvin. 37 degrees Celsius equal to 310 Kelvin. Okay. Then how do you convert this 37 degrees Celsius into Fahrenheit scale? What is the formula for that? So I will show you one formula. So how to, yeah, just a minute, just a minute. Okay. So degree Celsius to Fahrenheit scale, we have a one formula. Degree Celsius, now you see, this is a Kelvin scale, and this is the Celsius scale, and this is a Fahrenheit scale. Have you observed this degree Celsius scale starts from 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius. Okay, degree Celsius scale starts from where? 0 to 100. And Fahrenheit scale starts from 32 degree Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit. And the scales, this starts from 32 and ends with 212. And Kelvin scale, it starts from the 0 Kelvin to 373 Kelvin. Okay. Then how do you convert degree Celsius into Kelvin? By adding the 273, we can convert degree Celsius into Kelvin. Then how do you convert this Fahrenheit scale to Celsius scale? Celsius scale starts from 0, right? So we have a one formula, C minus, what is the formula? Let us say derive the formula now, C minus 0. And what is the difference between 100 minus 0? 100 minus 0. Okay, this is a centigrade to Fahrenheit scale. I am deriving the formula. So here Fahrenheit scale we represented with the F. So this Fahrenheit scale starts from 32. So F minus 32 by the difference in Fahrenheit is 212 to 32. How much it is? 212 minus 32. Okay, why I am taking here 100 to 0? So this degree Celsius starts from 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius. Yes or no? Then C minus 0 by 100 minus 0, which is equal to what is the minimum value of Fahrenheit scale? That is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you say here f minus 32 by 212 minus 32. By using this we can derive the formula. Okay, now you see c minus 0 by 100, how much it is? C by 100 equal to f minus 32. 212 minus 32 is 180. 212 minus 32 is 180. Okay, then here 0 0 get cancel. Okay, in the next step what you have to do, f minus 32 equal to, by 18 when you take it this side it will become into 18, then 18 by 10 into c, right? So how you use the two table, right? So 2 how many times? 2 5 the 10, 2 9 the 18. So f equal to f minus 32 equal to 9c by 5. Okay, this minus 32 when you take that side it will become plus 32. 9c by 5 plus 32, and this is the formula for to measure the Fahrenheit scale. If you are giving the temperature in degree Celsius, by using this formula, we can measure the Fahrenheit value. For example, let us say the degree Celsius is 25. Then how it will equal to Fahrenheit scale? Then you see here degree Celsius value in your exam they will give 25. Let us assume that is degree Celsius value is 25. Then how do you convert in Fahrenheit scale? By using this formula, f equal to 9c by 5 plus 32. Okay, then you this in the place of c you put the 25 here, then you will get the Fahrenheit scale. Now you see I am doing here. Yes, I am doing here. Just you observe here. So what is that? F equal to 9c by 5. So where is the c value is how much? 25 plus 32. Plus 32. 5 how many times? 5 5 the 25. 9 5 the how much? 9 5 the 45 plus 32. Okay, so 5 plus 2 is 7, 4 plus 3 is 7. So this is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, 25 degrees Celsius is equal to how many Fahrenheit? 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And by using this formula we can convert degree Celsius into Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit into degree Celsius. Yes or no? Okay, so in this way we can measure the degree Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Celsius. And what is the relation between the degree Celsius and Kelvin? Suppose here 27 degrees Celsius is there. Then how do you convert into Kelvin? Just you add 273. Okay, so to convert Kelvin, just you add the 273. So degree Celsius plus 273. How much it is? 27 plus 273. How much it is? That is equal to 300 Kelvin. Okay, to convert degree Celsius into Kelvin, just you add the 273 to degree Celsius. To convert degree Celsius into Kelvin, degree Celsius into Fahrenheit, just you use this formula, f equal to 9c by 5 plus 32. So in this way we can measure the temperatures from 1 Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Celsius, Kelvin to degree Celsius, degree Celsius to Kelvin. By using these formulas we can calculate. Okay, so next one is laboratory thermometer. So have you seen this laboratory thermometer? And the structure of the laboratory thermometer like this, it is there. It's a place from minus degree Celsius to minus 20 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. It starts from the minus 20 and it will go up to the 100 degrees Celsius. A laboratory thermometer is a long narrow glass tube with a bulb containing liquid at one end. So like that it has one narrow glass tube, but the length of the tube is very long when compared to the clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer very short in length, and laboratory thermometer very long narrow tube is there, and it is placed marked up to 100 degrees Celsius. From minus 20 to 100 degrees Celsius there is a marking is there. A laboratory thermometer is a long narrow glass tube with a bulb containing the liquid at one end. And what is the scale? Scale marked in the laboratory thermometer in degree Celsius scale. So what is the liquid present in the laboratory thermometer? That is the bulb contains either alcohol or colored red or mercury. It's most of the clinical thermometers contains mercury only. Okay, next one, range of laboratory thermometer. Now you see here we have some pictures of laboratory thermometer, and this a red color is there. This is a red colored alcohol is there. Some of the clinical thermometers we can use a alcohol also. Some of the clinical thermometers they can use liquid mercury also. And you see the marking, it is marking from the minus 20 to 100. Okay, it is in degree Celsius. Okay, the scale is marked as degree Celsius. Typical range, most laboratory thermometers measure from the minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Most of the clinical thermometer they can measure from minus 10 to 110 degrees Celsius, right? And lowest temperature is how much here? The lowest temperature it can measure is usually minus 10 degrees Celsius or minus 20 degrees Celsius. Or by using this clinical thermometer, we can measure the negative values also, minus temperatures also. Then highest temperature we can use by clinical thermometer, we can measure up to 110 degrees Celsius. Okay, what is the range of the clinical thermometer? Minus 10 to 110 degrees Celsius. Lowest temperature up to minus 10 we can measure, and highest temperature up to we can go 110 degrees Celsius. Okay. So next we have the reading a laboratory thermometer. So how to use the laboratory thermometer? So first, by using the laboratory thermometer, suppose you want to measure the temperature of the water. So for that, what you are doing here, so just dip the thermometer bulb in the substance being measured. Like that, you dip the thermometer in water. Afterwards, you wait for some time. So allow the liquid column to stabilize. Then whatever the liquid present in the clinical thermometer, it will raise based on the temperature of the object, right? So then by using this colorful liquid, we can easily measure the temperature. Now you see, this is showing how much it is. It is around 81, 82 degrees Celsius. It is showing now. This red color line is up to raised 82 degrees Celsius. That means the temperature of the water is how much here? 82 degrees Celsius. And note the temperature where the liquid column stops rising. You wait for some time. So it will go up to somewhat distance and it will go and stop there. Then you know the reading. So in this way you have to use the laboratory thermometer. Okay. So I will ask some question. By using the laboratory thermometer, what is the minimum temperature we can read? Yes. What is the minimum temperature we can read by using the laboratory thermometer? Minus 10 degrees Celsius. What is the maximum temperature we can read? 110 degrees Celsius. Yes or no? Very good. Then how to use the laboratory? What is the marking in laboratory thermometer? It is degree Celsius or Fahrenheit scale? Fahrenheit scale. That is degree Celsius. Remember these things. And how to use this laboratory thermometer? So first you have to place the laboratory thermometer. Dip the thermometer bulb in the substance being measured. You wait for liquid column to be stabilized. So then after stop this liquid raising of the liquid column, then you read the then you note the temperature where the liquid column stops rising. Okay. Now you see here how much it is showing now. 80 up to here 80 is there. 81, 82 it is showing. 82 degrees Celsius. Okay. And the next one, yeah, correct use of laboratory thermometer. So while using the laboratory thermometers, you have to make sure the bulb position you should not touch with your hand. The bulb should not touch the bottom or sides of the container. Okay. Bulb only you have to insert in the liquid only. Whatever you want to measure the temperature of the object, in that only you have to insert the thermometer. Then how do you place the thermometer? So you have to place vertically, not slantly. Okay. Stop discussion. And how do you place the thermometer vertically? So don't make them slantly like this. Okay, don't make them like this slantly. If you make it slantly, so the rising of the liquid whatever present in this cling, it won't come accurate as per temperature, right? So you place the vertical. So vertical alignment is required. So hold the thermometer vertically, not tilted. And eye level, read the temperature with your eye directly in line with the liquid column. Suppose this is a thermometer, then how do you make this how do you see this thermometer? Just you place to eye level like this. Okay. Read the temperature with your eye directly in line with the liquid column. So these are the ways to correct use of the laboratory thermometer. First of all, this should not touch with the other parts of the liquid, right? Like beaker, it should not touch. And while measuring this, you place the thermometer vertically. The alignment should be always vertically. Okay, and eye level. Read the temperature with your eye directly in line with the liquid column. Okay. Now measuring ice and boiling water temperature. Then how do you measure the ice and boiling water, right? Ice temperature remains constant while melting. Okay. Then ice, when you convert into liquid, at that time during the melting of ice, the temperature remains always constant. It will show how much temperature? 0 degrees Celsius. When ice melt into water, during the whole process, the temperature remains constant. How much it will show? That is 0 degrees Celsius. The melting of ice shows the temperature 0 degrees Celsius. Hey, don't make noise, idiot. 0 degree Celsius, right? Now boiling water temperature. Now remains constant while boiling. Okay, during boiling when the water boils, at what temperature it will boil? At 100 degrees Celsius. When whole water converted into vapor form, the boiling temperature should be remain same, that is 100 degrees Celsius. Similarly, when ice melting, then when ice melts starts and finally it converted into water, the whole process takes some time. During that process, the temperature remains constant. During melting of ice and during boiling of water, the temperature remains constant. Remember this. During melting of ice, how much it will show temperature? 0 degrees Celsius. During boiling of water, how much it will show the temperature? 100 degrees Celsius. Remember these points. Now, here air thermometer, and this is a one particular way is this is a air thermometer. It can measure the room temperature. It can measure the room temperature. Okay, and it is showing the room temperature now 30 some 25 is in between 30 to 25 is there. So 25 degrees Celsius is doing, and in Fahrenheit scale it is showing 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, these are the room thermometers. It can measure the room temperature. It can measure the room temperature. Now you see these are the air temperature. Now how we can use these air temperature air thermometers? So room thermometers are hung on walls to give approximate room temperature. Weather reports provide maximum and minimum air temperature daily, and weather stations monitor air temperature as an important weather parameter to measure the weather conditions and weather temperatures, and we can use this air thermometer. Okay, this is about air thermometer. So next one, he sees the anomaly, the weather woman of India. So she invented numerous weather measurements instruments like this. Okay, and what is the impact of that? Reduced India's reliance on imported weather instruments, renewable energy, explored possibles of wind and solar energy in India. So Anna meaning the weather woman of the India. So who is the weather woman of India? Remember her name? Anna Mani. So what is her invented? She invented numerous weather measurement instruments. Okay, already she hold one thing, right? So by using this also she can tell what is the weather condition. Okay, now temperatures extremes, highest temperature. So what is the highest temperature we can see in the inner core of the sun? The sun's core reaches about 15 million degrees Celsius. That is incredibly hot temperature. Okay. Lowest temperature where we can see in the universe? There absolute zero is lowest possible temperature, about minus 273 degrees Celsius. What is a melting? What is the ice temperature? That is 0 degrees Celsius. Assume that minus 273. How much it is cold? It is a theoretically point where all molecular motion ceases. Okay, yeah, molecule motions will cease here, right? Because of freezing everything in the at that temperature. Now yes, temperature conversions are there. Just now we discussed to convert Celsius into Kelvin, you add the plus 273. Okay, Celsius to Kelvin, just you add the plus 273. Kelvin to Celsius, just you subtract the 273 minus 273, and Celsius to Fahrenheit, so multiply by 9 by 5 and add 32. So this is the formula. What is the formula? Celsius to Fahrenheit. So F equal to, yeah, F equal to, yeah, 9 by 5 into Celsius scale plus 32. Okay, this is Fahrenheit to Celsius scale. By using this formula we can measure Fahrenheit to Celsius. Then how do you measure Kelvin to Celsius? Kelvin to Celsius, Celsius equal to Kelvin value minus 273. Then how do you measure the Celsius to Kelvin? Celsius to Kelvin we can measure degree Celsius plus 273. So these are the formulas. By using this we can convert Kelvin to degree Celsius to Kelvin, and Kelvin to degree Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, remember these formulas. Okay, and move on to the next one. Importance of, okay, importance of accurate temperature measurement. Scientific research. Precise temperature measurements are crucial for many experiments, medical diagnosis. Accurate body temperature helps in diagnosing illness. Weather forecasting. Temperature data is essential for predicting the weather patterns. These are the importance of accurate temperature measurements. Okay. While scientific research and medical diagnosis, we have to measure the body temperature accurately, and for weather forecasting also we have to collect the temperature data. It is essential for the predicting the weather patterns. Okay, this is helpful for the farmers, right? And the last we have here temperature in everyday life. Food storage, refrigerator maintain low temperature to preserve the food. And home comfort, thermostats regulate temperature for comfort in buildings. Cooking, temperature controls is crucial in cooking and baking. Okay, so this is your lesson. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe and thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.